Okay, this is the game that I call it the spiritual successor to the senior project I had in high school, or excuse me, college at university. It's definitely a work in progress. This will be a large hadron collider eventually with lots of more color. The game is called Simulacrum. It's definitely designed to look like the old LucasArts games. Uh, it is my baby. As you can see, this is all me. Sorry if you had a seizure from that. uh, I This is my baby. This is my little private project that I work on in my spare time when I'm not working on the main project, which is another game called Datum. So let's go ahead and just get started. There isn't a whole lot to it right now. Like I said, I just work on it in my spare time. So there'll be more story, obviously, once the actual script is written. I just kind of want to show off some of my design and mainly my artwork here. It's just I put a lot of work into this sprite artwork. It's probably some of the best stuff I've done. Just mainly a lot of detail, a lot of time spent with love. I'll do it with love. Yep, I just saw his head peeking out of there. I have to fix that walk behind area. Anyways, so this is the actual place in my hometown. There's like a ravine with a little cliff that looks over the area there, and it's exactly like the old school games. You get items and you do things with these items. There is a slight difference. I'm trying to do something unique. One of my favorite games was Loom, and in Loom there was a lot of music-based puzzles, and there kind of is here too, but not what you think it is. Um, the basic mechanic is that you use music to alter reality, but you only have to. It's not like Loom where you get various songs to do different things like open and close things. You're just using music to enter an alternate place of reality. It's like in between worlds where you basically manipulate, puzzles in that route. So that's where this game is going. That's really all I want to say about it. I think it's a pretty unique idea. I'm not sure if it's ever been done before, but like I said, this is my baby. So just show off some of the characters and the graphics. That's the main character. Kind of based on me a little bit, but he's in a lot better shape. A little more handsome, better haircut. um, he just basically wakes up with no memory, and there'll be more script-based stuff on that later once I add that in. And I think it looks pretty darn close to those old games. I've always wanted to make my own, and I've made 2 of them so far. This is one that I plan to take to the full, to full head. There's only 2 actions. The left click does pretty much everything. It interacts based on what you click on. So if it's an item, it does what it needs to do for the item. It's got a pretty slick algorithm in it that I've been working on. And then you left click to pretty much to look at stuff and talk to people. Or just look at stuff, actually. I think, yeah, it's just to look at people. Look at things and people. So I'm walking over here. I'm probably going to turn up the walk speed on this character. It's a little bit off. But I'm not really going to make you listen to all this dialogue here. Just wanted to show off these police officers. I actually have to have them turn and face me. Just need to put those functions in. This guy's not very nice. I want one of the things we did that was in I Went to Hell was that it was kind of like that whole good or bad. You get responses out of people versus what you say to them, whether it's mean or nice. I'm definitely going to capitalize on that in here. It was a big part of that game. It would in I Went to Hell, and there'll be another video for that. there was this mechanic. Basically, your character's in hell and he's burning alive, and he's dreaming of the world that you're in. He doesn't know that he's dead. He doesn't know he's in hell. He doesn't. The whole story is based on him thinking he's somebody else. And every once in a while, the heat starts bleeding through to his reality, so he has to drink water to cool off, and upsetting people would cause them to upset him, and it would just get just get bad for that. That's basically the game. It was not a game like you have time to think as long as you have some water, but there was definitely like a time kind of restraints on it, because you die if you heat up too much. You realize something, but the way I did it. Well, I'm just gonna save it for that video. I don't want to reveal too much until you see it. It's kind of cool the way he dies. I liked what happens. It was a simple, really simple game, but what I consider to be a pretty cool, unique mechanic for that genre. So I'll show that off after I show this off. But this video is getting pretty long. I talk way too much. Maybe I'll re-record it. I don't know. So I'm just gonna show you it's probably one of my favorite characters down here. My girlfriend is an ASL. She's an interpreter for high school, and so I wanted to kind of honor her and friends that I've made recently. One of my development friends here, his name is Johnny. He's completely deaf. So this guy will be a more positive, deaf character. Although the player doesn't really know what's going on. He doesn't know that he's deaf. It's part of a puzzle that is being worked into this level. But yeah, he's basically a cosplayer. And one of my favorite superheroes' costumes. Doesn't quite fit him, as you can see, but hey, what are you gonna do? So this is pretty much all I got. I just want to show off some of the artwork and how cool it looks. He doesn't walk up yet. That's not good. Anyways, so I'm gonna conclude this. He starts with a guitar pick, by the way. I'm gonna conclude this video and make the I Went to Hell video so you guys can see where this all started and what actually got me the job up at whatever games. Take care.